What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and to another pregnancy update. My name is Lauren if you're new here, and I make videos all about personal finance. Usually I actually started out on YouTube talking about my struggle to get pregnant with my daughter, but I was eventually able to get pregnant, and then I started making personal finance content, and now I am pregnant with baby number 2 that is also another little girl, and I am due early July of 2022. So today I am doing a pregnancy update for weeks, I think it's 19 through 22. I'm almost 23 weeks at this point, but I'm still 22 as of the time that I'm filming this. I'll be 23 weeks in a couple days. So yeah, I haven't checked in with you guys in a while. I intended to do monthly updates this pregnancy. Last pregnancy, I think it was really random actually. I don't think I had like a regular thing, but this pregnancy I plan to do monthly updates, and I've been trying to keep up with it, but honestly, like, time is so crazy right now because I'll look back and I'll be like, when was my last update? And I'm like, oh shoot, it was like already 4 weeks ago. I need to film another one. So it's just like they keep sneaking up on me. So I'm trying to keep up for you guys and give you monthly updates. Or if there's something like else strange going on, which like thankfully nothing strange has gone on this pregnancy that I felt was like worth another update, an extra update. But yeah, so my plan is to just give you guys regular updates unless something else like different or abnormal happens. Last time I had a couple things go on. So I'm hoping those things don't happen again, like getting a kidney stone at 34 weeks and like it's starting early labor for a little bit. So yeah. So let's talk about where we're at right now, what's gone on the past month, because there have been a couple things that have gone on. So I am in my second trimester, which usually is where you feel the best. So you have the most energy and you have a bump and you start to feel some kicks, so it's really fun, but your bump isn't so big, it's uncomfortable. And that is pretty much where I'm at. My nausea is mostly gone, although sometimes in the evenings I will get nauseous. I was very nauseous my first trimester, so some of that has lingered a little bit, unfortunately, which, you know, it's okay. It's nowhere near how bad it used to be in the beginning of pregnancy, but I just wish it would like go fully away. And I still have like a lot of food aversions and stuff, but it is what it is. I know it'll all go away once I deliver this baby, so it's a temporary thing. And I've also been really, really tired. And I don't know if I was this tired last time when I was pregnant. I just can't remember. Also, my life was very different at that point. I was working full time at a like place in person over 45 minutes away from my house. So I was commuting every single day, and that job was very demanding. And now I watch my daughter full time, who's almost 3, and do YouTube part-time. So I'm at home all the time, but I'm doing like different types of things than I was before. So it's hard to compare, and I honestly just don't remember at this point. I think I was also like really hating my job, so I always felt tired last time. But anyway, I do feel really, really tired in my second trimester. The other thing is I have a theory, and I haven't looked it up at all, but I feel like 35, being pregnant at 35, which I'll be 35 next month, hits different than like being pregnant at 25. I wasn't pregnant at 25 ever. I got pregnant for the first time at 32, but I just have a feeling like pregnancy in your mid-30s is more difficult on your body than it is in your like mid-20s would be like my guess. So I'm definitely feeling that, and you know, that's okay. It's the timing that happened for our family. We started trying for our first daughter a few years earlier, and we were hoping that I would be done with like this phase of life by this point, but biology doesn't always work out the way you plan for it to, so that's okay. I'm totally feeling good generally, just like very tired and really, really trying to listen to my body, and also very grateful. I have a very supportive husband who helps a lot with stuff because he works a full-time job, and then I watch my daughter and I work part-time, but I do work a lot of hours, especially right now. I've been working on like some extra hours to try to get myself in a position where I can work less later into pregnancy and for like taking a maternity leave of some kind. So he is stepping up and helping out a lot, especially with childcare in the early morning and evenings, so I can work and rest. So that's really helpful. I also have definitely experienced pregnancy brain. I've done a couple like dumb things. I'm just like, what was I thinking? Or just forgot something, and it's just like, it's a little frustrating because you're like, you feel like you're not fully functioning at your maximum capacity, and that's not like a great feeling. You want to be really there and concentrating, especially when you're taking care of a little kid or just anything you're doing. You want to be safe. And so yeah, it's definitely hitting me. Pregnancy brain is a real thing. And so, yeah, but you know, again, I think just some of our brain chemistry changes once you have kids. So I think during pregnancy, you're a little more spacey, but overall, just it changes the way your brain works, and my brain's just like adjusting to whatever chemicals are going on and what's happening right now. So that's going on. I did have one issue. It was semi-pregnancy related. So I got an ingrown toenail, which it like literally the toenail is exactly the same as all my other toenails. Like it didn't look any different to me, but for some reason the skin next to the toenail got like irritated and infected. And so I've never had this happen before. Again, like I said, I was just like treating my toenails as I usually would. I didn't do anything different, but I did have to go to a specialist. I went to a podiatrist, and unfortunately he said, you know, it looks bad enough that we need to get in there and like cut it all out. So I have like 2/3 of a toenail on my big toe, and he had to like numb it all up and get in there with a scalpel and stuff. I didn't watch because I don't freak out with that stuff, but I don't like to look at it. Like when I get my blood drawn, I don't look at the needle and I don't look at like what the doctor's doing because I feel like it would make me woozy. So I did go get that taken care of. And you know, any medicine you're putting into your body when you're pregnant, there's risks, but the numbing, I'm like blanking right now as to what it's called, but then whatever like they use at the dentist, it's like the same thing. Novocaine, lidocaine. They use lidocaine. Anyway, so that is low risk, but again, there's like, you know, it's chemicals. And then I had to take 2 rounds of antibiotics because I took 1 round, it didn't work. And then I went to the podiatrist and he had me do another round after he had like treated my toe and did his little procedure. So thankfully, whatever he did worked because now it is looking perfect. I went back for a recheck 2 weeks later and he's like, it looks great. It's gonna grow back. Like hopefully it doesn't happen again. These things can reoccur. And he did say it's common in pregnancy because your feet swell. So it can cause ingrown toenails more easily, and which I'd never heard of. And my feet haven't been particularly swollen, but I guess just like even a little bit of swelling can cause something like this to happen or make it more likely. So that was just a, you know, fun little experience I got to have. But you know, just weird stuff happens with your body when you're pregnant and you just kind of have to roll with it. So that was my second trimester thing that happened, and hopefully there's nothing else this trimester that's out of the ordinary that happens. But it's taken care of, it's looking good, it healed, which I'm really grateful for, and I'm hoping if it reoccurs, it will be postpartum because it'll take a while for that toenail to grow all the way out. I don't even know how long it's gonna take. I asked him if I could paint my toenails and he was like, yep, go ahead, but like you're gonna be able to tell that the toenail is not looking right on that one toe. So for summer, it's gonna be interesting, but whatever, I don't really care that much. As long as my toe is healthy, the infection's not spreading, and we're taking care of my body, that's what needs to be done. Can't remember if I mentioned this in my last video, but definitely feeling the baby move. I felt her move at like, I think it was 16 weeks or 18 weeks. Seems really early, but yeah, anyway. It was one of those two, and now that I'm 22 weeks, like definitely feeling her. In fact, my daughter was sitting on my lap the other day and her leg was like up against my belly and the baby started kicking and I saw like my daughter's leg like moving from the kicks. Like that's how, whatever angle she's in, like that baby is like right there, because when she kicks, it just like you can see it on the outside of my stomach. Like I have several videos already of her kicking and my stomach being like rrt, rrt. So yeah, she's in a position where I can really feel the kicks. And again, she's small, so it's cute and fun, like bonding experience, not uncomfortable and like, please stop at this point. And I know it'll get there. But yeah, for now, I'm really enjoying feeling all her movements, and it's very reassuring that she is doing well in there, thriving and growing as she should. And then the other reassuring thing that happened a couple weeks ago was I had my anatomy scan. So that is a scan they do usually between 18 and 20 weeks, I think. And I had mine exactly at 20 weeks. And at that scan, they just do an in-depth look at the baby and their development and measurements and all the organs and things like that. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be, growing at the rate it's supposed to be growing and all that stuff. And that went really well. I was so nervous about it. and I was just extremely relieved afterwards to hear that she's healthy and everything's going fine, because I hadn't had an ultrasound since 6.5 weeks. And in my first pregnancy, I had 3 ultrasounds in my first trimester. And so by the time I got to the anatomy scan, that was the 4th time I was seeing her. But this time I hadn't even seen her at all since like they could just barely get a flicker of a heartbeat in that 6-week ultrasound. So it was very reassuring to see her on there and know that she's developing healthy and all that good stuff. So unfortunately, my husband wasn't able to come with me. They actually changed the hospital policy the day before I went for my ultrasound, and we were like, oh, he can actually come. But at that point, it was just kind of like we had already set our plans up and it was too late to have him come. But he was able to join on FaceTime. And actually, my daughter was there with him, so she got to watch the ultrasound. And it was really cute because when the ultrasound tech was talking about the heart, then my daughter like made the connection. She's like, oh, gotta do a checkup, and went and got her little doctor kit and her stethoscope. And she's like, stethoscope for the heart, for baby. And it was just like just hearing her interact with our other baby, it's just like that sibling thing that's gonna happen. I'm just so excited for her to meet the baby, and that transition of going from 1 to 2 is gonna be a big deal for us, but it's a big deal for her too. And obviously last time we didn't have that. It was just like we brought her home and all of our attention was on our daughter, and we didn't need to worry about another child. And this time it's gonna be a totally different experience that I'm really looking forward to but nervous about. So yeah, I'm excited for her to get to interact with the baby and like really understand what's going on. I think she gets it. We talk about it a lot, and we try to like explain how she's going to teach the baby things and play with the baby, and like she can make silly faces and ways that she's going to be involved in this, so she doesn't feel like she's left out. But I know it's going to be hard in moments. And so if you are actually a mom of 2 or more children and you have any tips about like what to do bringing home a second baby, like any tricks, any encouragement, that would be greatly appreciated. So comment below if you have anything that you would want to share about your own experience that made it go more smoothly. I think that's really it. There's just like not a whole lot going on. It's pretty uneventful. I'm still going to the doctor once a month, and I want it to be uneventful because that means everything is going fine, so that's good. But yeah, it's just I've got an appointment actually on Friday. And at this appointment, they said they're gonna go over like 3rd trimester stuff, which I don't know exactly what that means. But my midwife did mention like they were gonna talk about the glucose test, which I know all about because I had gestational diabetes last pregnancy, and they made me take a glucose test at the beginning of this pregnancy, which I passed, thankfully. And then I'll be taking another one in, I don't know if she's gonna have me do it a little bit early or not. So actually I'll find out on Friday when she wants me to do it. Usually they do it, I think around 28 weeks. And so I'm assuming that's when she's gonna have me do it. But I have a feeling I'm gonna get it again. I know like gestational diabetes doesn't really develop until the 3rd trimester, but I will say when I have a bunch of like sweets and stuff at night, when I wake up in the morning, I really don't feel well. And I don't know, that could just be because I ate a bunch of snacks before bed, or it could be because my body is starting to not really like that glucose bombardment when I have all of those treats and then my body's like crashing. So it could be totally unrelated. And again, I don't know that gestational diabetes would even start this early. I think it starts in the 3rd trimester if it happens. So I may be just like making this up in my head. But yeah, I have been trying to let myself indulge when I'm in the mood, because I know that there's a good chance I won't be able to have like barely any desserts or like snacky type things like chips and crackers and stuff like that in my 3rd trimester if I have gestational diabetes again. So yeah, I'm trying not to worry about it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like I can't control it, obviously. And if I have to do the whole thing again with like the meal planning and the very specific carb counting and the glucose testing by pricking the finger, like if I need to do all that, I will do it for sure. Like I'll just get it done because I know it's the healthiest thing for me and baby. And just, I guess because I've been through it once, I know how hard it was to deal with. So I'm trying to just like put that out of my mind and just know that I'll step up to the plate when the time comes if that happens again. It's not a guarantee that you'll get it again if you had it with your first pregnancy, but it is a lot more likely. But I am excited. It is getting to be like the more fun part of pregnancy, because at the beginning it's very nerve-wracking and you're just like, is this gonna work out? Is the baby healthy? Is it gonna stick? All that kind of stuff. And now in the second half of pregnancy, I'm able to breathe a little more. We've had the anatomy scan. Everything looks healthy so far. I'm feeling her move regularly. And you have the bump, and that's like kind of a fun thing. Although I know it's gonna get so much bigger. It's already a little bit uncomfortable, and I will show you the bump. I can't forget. I like never show you guys the bump. I just always forget. So I'll show you the bump at the end of the video, but yeah, it's getting to be the more exciting part of pregnancy, where it's like there's more going on. So you're starting to like prepare for baby. And I did post on my Instagram, I showed you guys a picture that I had finally like organized and labeled just in big categories all of my daughter's clothes. And because we're having a same gender baby again, I am glad I kept all those, and I'm gonna go through. So I have boxes where I have all the 0 to 1 clothes, but that has newborn, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, like it's so many sizes within that first year that I need to sort out and then figure out like, okay, how many sleepers do I have? How many onesies do I have? And see like what sort of inventory I have so I know what I need to buy. And that nesting instinct is like starting to kick in a little bit. Like I'm already a super like type A organized type person. And so last time when nesting hit, it hit so hard, and it was really problematic for like the buying of things, because I was like, I need everything. And this time I know more what I need, and I'm being much better about it. But I'm a little worried about spending money because we're on a tight budget. We're on a debt payoff journey. If you guys watch my other videos, you know all about that. We're trying to pay off 6-figure student loan debt. And I just like, I don't want to go out of control. And I'm already starting to feel like that urge to buy things. And it's like not even necessarily things that would be for the baby. It's like wanting things for, I don't know, I wanted to get like all new shampoo. Like I went to the Ulta website and I added like $200 worth of hair products into my cart, and I was like, why am I doing this? Like obviously I didn't press buy, or if I did, it would have been from my personal spending money fund that I would have saved up. Like I didn't do it, but I just feel like that urge that I'm having, I haven't had in a long time, and I suspect that it's pregnancy related. So yeah, trying to focus on organizing what I have before I buy anything, not give in to that nesting, wanting to buy things urge, and just getting excited about it getting to be closer to when she's arriving. So at this point we do have, am I 5 months pregnant? Yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant because it's March. It's early March right now. April, May, June, July. Yeah, 4 months left to go. So I know the last 4 months are gonna go quick. I did a poll on Instagram asking you guys when you thought I should sort through all those baby clothes, and a lot of you said, the majority of you said ASAP, because yeah, it just like, it probably was gonna take longer than I think, and it's just better to know what you have. Like it's never too early to know what stuff you have and what stuff you need. So I'm trying to find some time to do that and get going on that project, because I know it is gonna take a while. So that is it for this month update. I will update you guys next month with how I'm doing. I think maybe as we get closer to the due date, I'll do a little bit more update videos. And oh, the bump, I almost forgot again. Okay, so let me see if I can get a good angle. So this is the bump. Because of the window there, you can see pretty well, but yeah, obviously from the front you can't like tell because I'm wearing all black, but yeah, so yeah, it's like the fun part of pregnancy. It's like if the bump could just be this cute and little the whole time, that would be nice, but I know it's gonna be like last time my bump, she was there for sure. So I know it's because my daughter was healthy and full when she was born, and your body's taking care of your baby. So honestly, like the size of the bump really doesn't matter. I don't care, but it's more about the comfort of it. When you get so big, it's just so uncomfortable to move around, but it's worth it for these cute little babies that come out in the end. So that is it for this week's, no, that is it for this month's update. I will see you guys next month with another pregnancy update. Hopefully not before then. If something noteworthy happens that I want to share with you, I will do an update before then, but hopefully not until next month. For my next month update, I might have my glucose test results in, maybe, or it might be in the following update after that. So fingers crossed for me that I don't get it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from me and follow along with my pregnancy journey and our personal finance journey, then hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.